Johnny, are we ready to with today's mystery guest?
Yes, we are, Chris.
Let's crack on with this. Off you go now.
Chris, I'm about to reveal today's mystery guest, after which you'll be required to conduct an interesting, stimulating, and if it calls for it, humorous 3-minute interview without any prior knowledge of the subject. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
Your mystery guest today really needs no introduction at all. He burst onto the rock and roll scene
Hang on a minute. What are you
in
gonna do? That doesn't make any sense.
1958. Well, I'm going to introduce him.
Well, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm going to introduce
Well,
him.
that doesn't make any sense. He knows he needs no introduction at all.
But I'm going to introduce him anyway, because he needs and deserves the biggest build-up ever.
What are you saying then?
He burst onto the rock and roll scene in 1958 and since then has sold more than 120 million singles worldwide, amassed hundreds of gold and platinum discs and won countless awards during his illustrious career. He's had more top 10 hits than any other artist in the UK and holds the record with Elvis Presley as the only singer in the history of music to have had a #1 hit in the 50s, 60s, 70s,
What?
80s and 90s. Not only this, but he's been splashed all over the newspapers ahead of his 70th birthday, looking fit, fabulous and eternally youthful. Please, will you welcome the one and only Sir Cliff Richard.
Oh, my goodness me. Why didn't you say? He doesn't need an intro.
He doesn't.
This man needs an intro. Cliff, good morning.
Good morning, how are you? I love that. I absolutely love that. You're right, though, Chris. I've had that so many times said, oh, this man needs no introduction, and then do a 10-minute introduction.
Yeah, what's that about, Cliff? Tell me. But listen, what's going on with your body, Cliff? Is that really your body we saw in all the papers over the weekend?
No, it's one of those rubber things that I wear whenever I go out on the beaches.
My goodness me, it is breathtakingly impressive, Sir Cliff.
Well, you know, as you know, over the years I've worked really hard at trying to keep fit, not thinking that I might sort of, prior to my 70th birthday, have all this press coverage about a body that I've lived with for a long time. So I got quite a shock when it got so much attention.
So what's the key? I mean, you know, would you say it's diet over exercise? Would you say it's getting loads of kip?
Oh, no, I think it's a bit of both, really. You know, again, you've got to have the right genes. I think I've been very blessed because I must have had the right genes. Genes do help. But in the end, you do have to be careful what you eat, and if you can get some exercise under your belt, that's where you need it.
And what about these glasses of red wine? Because you've got a vineyard yourself. Do you drink
Oh, yeah.
your own stuff, or do you have other people's?
Well, actually, funnily enough, when I'm here in Portugal, which is where I'm calling you from, by the way, it's I don't bother drinking anybody else's wine because mine is really nice, so I drink mine. And in fact, the only other wine I drink was made by the guy that makes my wine. So I keep it well in the family, and there's no point drinking somebody else's wine, really. But wine is something I've always loved, and I've always stayed with wine with dinner.
But what a regime, you know, what discipline to have. Have you never been tempted to go off the rails, go crazy?
Well, a bit about going crazy, but you know, even if you're doing something like as mundane as a diet, it's always, I was told really early on that it's always good to come off it now and then and just give yourself a fantastic treat. So, for instance, at the moment, I'm on it's not a diet really, it's a sort of lifestyle, and I don't eat red meat, but I love steak. So every now and then I just burst out and have a fantastic steak, then come back to my diet again. So in the same way, I guess in the past, certainly when I was younger, the Shadows and I were on tour the whole time. We were going crazy almost every night. We were up late, we were partying a lot. Sometimes we were coaching from one venue to another overnight, and somehow or another the lack of sleep and all of that didn't seem to bother me at all.
No, I read every word of what was written about you over the weekend because I was thinking, please, just give me some of that. So I know you. I know what happened off by heart. So they say you get up at 6, they say you go to bed at 10 o'clock. Is that true?
No. No, and I read something just recently, I can't remember which paper it was, but in the last couple of days, and some of it's based on a basic sort of fact. One paper said that I don't eat a meal the day before I go on stage. Well, That's not true. What I try not to do is have a big meal before I go on stage. So if I'm going to have lunch, I'll have a really light one, like a salad with egg mayonnaise or whatever it is, something light so that I don't burp all the way through the... I mean, that's
nice.
basically what it is. If you have a meal just before the show, I tend to burp a lot.
Well, you don't want to be doing that, do you,
I
Cliff?
don't want that at all. No, not amplified, anyway.
And you are literally still rock and rolling. I've just had... Because I never know who the mystery guest is, you can probably tell. And I've just had a track delivered up here to play, I Just Want to Make Love to You. Is this a new song of yours now?
Yes, it is. It's from my... You nearly caught me off guard then. It's from my album called Boulder's Brass.
Right.
I decided I'd do something different, and I went to Nashville and got this fantastic swing band of jazz musicians and jazz arrangers, and then I just sang it my way, and I'm very happy with it. And in fact, I don't know if you know, I'm going to be at the Albert Hall over my birthday period, and I'm going to introduce the album there, but I have never heard it over the air. You're going to play it this morning?
You're going to play it now, yeah.
Oh, great.
So you're going to have a birthday party. You're going to have a big birthday party at the Albert Hall. How cool is that?
Well, I thought that, one's not going to be 70 too often. So I thought, well, it's a 70th celebration, 6 days, and they gave me my birthday off. So we're doing 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, I'm free, 15th, 16th, 17th, and that's it. But I'll have a chance to sing my album every night. And also, so obviously, I'm going to sing Devil Woman, We Don't Talk, and a whole bunch of stuff that I've had hits with before.
And your favourite Chinese restaurant is just around the corner, because I know where that is. Is that right?
Yes.
It is, isn't it? Down the stairs.
Yes, that's right.
I know. Okay, and the great thing about the Albert Hall, it looks like a big birthday cake. I think, Sir Cliff, you should be the first ever person to put a huge candle on top of the Albert Hall.
I'm going to check that out.
All right, pal.
All right, we're on the edge.
Thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure.
All right, here's
Cheers,
another
mate.
70 years.